Good evening, Corinne from Mama's Little Lambs. I wanted to kind of give you an overview of the unit study we're going to be doing for the end of June. We are going to be focusing on bees. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, I am back. Let's get started talking about the things that we will be sharing for our bee unit for the next 2 weeks. And we are going to start over here. We are planting a garden and we are trying to get some flowers that the bees will really enjoy so that we can kind of study them from a distance. So here my son has his little gardening apron and his gloves to use. We have some more flower bins for him to use. They're wildflower and they need a nice sunny area. And so we're going to plant some of those. We do also have other flowers planted. And we will watch for the little busy bees. We do have some life cycles that we will go through. We have some of the tubes that will match, and we will be identifying them on the life cycle wheel. Then I have some 3-part cards. We have the beekeeper, the worker, the queen bee, the beehive, the honey, and the drone. Now these are 3 parts. However, I have kept them in a 2-part just because my son is younger and he can match these 2. So that's why they're done in that fashion. I did not take them apart. And now we have the bee cycle wheel. And we have 2 different ones. I actually have 3 over here. There's a 3rd one. I just wasn't certain which one I liked best, so we have both of them. And then I have a couple different life cycle packs for the honeybee. So on this one right here, I like it. You just go ahead and put it together. Put your little brads in there, and you can turn it, and it will go through each part of the life cycle. So I really like these. And the ones that are on the wheels will be what is on our sheet over here. And what I have Mason do as we look at the different ones on our wheel, and then I give him a sheet. This one is laminated, this one is not. And we're practicing cutting, so we're developing our skills and building our muscles in our hand and trying to follow those dots to cut out some circles. And then he will take these and he will paste these on another paper that looks just like this. So we will be working with those. We also have the 3-part cards here. And once again, like I had explained, it's a 2-part. It shows 2 parts here because we are not taking the empty cell off the bottom of the card. So we're only going to do the matching, so we have those. Mason also likes to take, let me clear these out of the way, on this sheet that is laminated, we will go and get our tubes and we will bring them over, and I will have him match those. And I will have him tell me. I will ask him questions. Where's the empty cell? Where are the little eggs the bee laid? And he will match them where they go. But first I tell him we need to start with the adult bee. Where is the adult bee? And he'll put that there. And then so forth. We will work through each one. We will go through the larva, and then we will go through the pupa, and he will put each one there. So just another fun hands-on activity for hand and eye coordination, just getting him familiar with what each one looks like. So that's fun for us to do. And then up here I do have, excuse me, let me move that out of the way. I do have a set life cycle. I purchased this, I'm not sure where. Let me see, Natural Beach Living. And she had a huge bundle of different life cycles. They're beautiful. Her work is great. So I went ahead and printed them out, laminated them, and it just kind of goes through. So this is the cover. And then it goes through the life cycle of the honeybee, and it tells you each stage. So it has each one, which is really great. And they just get so much fun and get so much fun knowledge, and they just become so familiar with the bees and the stages and each part of the bee and what it goes through and all the work it takes, and especially to get our honey. So this is where they would match. We would cut these out. They would match them to which stage they go in, the first, second, third, and fourth. And then, of course, it has the life cycle. It kind of shows them so they have an idea, shows the arrows coming around, how it works, and how each one would be. Then we have this sheet here. It has the parts of the bee, and there are labels underneath here. Let me show you the one under. And what I will do is cut out these, and I will have them match in each one of the box, the different labeling. So that's something we do with that activity. We also have the book on the life cycle of the bee, and we will go through and read this, and we will learn a lot more information too, and just how small the eggs are and why it's called an empty cell, and just gather more information, and how the bees, how they buzz around the flowers to get the sweet nectar, and just they learn so much. So these are nice little books. I have Scholastic ones. I also have these, which I enjoy both of them. So I don't have a favorite. Another thing that we're doing is I have the backyard flashcards of backyard bugs. There's 101 flashcards. Of course, I pulled out the honeybee and the bumblebee. And then on the back of these, it gives some great information. So you can share that with your little ones. I don't know if you can see that good, if I got it correctly. But look, what do I look like? And then where do I live? What do I eat? And what is my lifestyle? So it goes through each, and there's just so many great bugs in here. But because we're focusing on that, that's what we picked. These are our little bees. These are Mason's bees, and he wanted to have these in the video. So another one we have are some number cards, and we are going to count the quantity that we have. And then I have some counters. They can use any. Mason, you might want to use the big bee that's buzzing around here. You can also use these beads that are over here, these bumblebees, and you would pick two, you would put it on there, and then you would continue on to the next card. So that is a group of cards we use. We also have flowers because they pollinate the flowers. So we have little flowers, so you can also use these also. I can use these when I'm doing my numbers with my little bees. I will have them take and put one flower there so that they have them in each one. If they have two, they'll draw two flowers out just so that they are corresponding the number and the numeral number with the quantity. So that's a fun one we like. We love the little bees on everything. We also have our summer fun book, and we have some stickers. I think I talked about this book before. We are going to, we're going through each unit, and we are putting stickers in our book. I got these books. They're empty books, and they're just plain sheets. I got these at the Target Hotspot, or dollar section, whatever you want to call it, and they will pick out the bees on each one of these, and then we can draw a picture of some flowers with the bee stickers up by them, and just have fun with that and be creative. The next one are just several books that I have. So we have the Big Book of Bugs, the book about bees, which is an amazing book. In the Trees, Honeybees, The Bug Hotel, Nature's Children books. These are amazing books. I got them at the thrift store. There were 24 to the set, and I got them for, I want to say, 50 cents a piece. So what an amazing deal. We got On Beyond Bugs and All About Insects by Cat in the Hat. We got the bugabees. It talks about bumblebees. We got our magnet board that we'll be using, and you can move him around and put him on the flowers, and just a lot of fun. We switch him around all the time. And then I have some other books. I got the book about my bee book, so it goes through everything that starts with the letter B. And then some other books we're using are Insects. I wonder where butterflies grow, but in here there's also about the bumblebees. Insect Life by Usborne. Oops, sorry, I couldn't get that other one. And then we have the Bug Dictionary, and I do have it marked off. If you flip it open, there is the information and facts about the bumblebee. So, and they have several in here, but this is, I kind of tagged where I wanted the books to be so that we would have them. This is the best book of bugs. And let's take a peek inside here. This is a really cool one. It has the honeycomb. It's just beautiful. It talks about the buzzing bees and just the work they do. It's really got a great picture illustrated. I love books. So that one. We also have Bug Off, and this is different poems about bugs, and I did the honeybee, mine, and so he's a little bee just getting ready to land on that beautiful flower. So we will focus on this poem for the next few weeks. Once again, I shared this before with you, but exploring animals, and I have a section in here that goes through the honeybees. It talks about them. Some great information. There's just so much to learn. What is honey? What is a honey stomach? And just gives you great information. I think that there's just so many wonderful books that we can use and share, and our children are just so enjoying each one of these books, and as we go through them. The thing I do like about these books I want to share real quick is if you flip it over, there are two sides to this book. The other side is about turtles. So it splits it in the center. So if I open it up, it gives you the different information about the bees. And then in the front of the book, it has that. But this is about the bumblebees. So these books are really cool. One side is one side is the other. So I have really, really enjoyed these books. So I hope you've enjoyed what we will be studying with the bumblebee and getting some great ideas and information. I forgot to show you these one last set of cards. Trisha makes these cards for me, and she is fantastic. These are Montessori cards, so they have the little beads on them, and I have the beads. I do not, unfortunately, have them in front of me right now, but you would look for this, count how many you have, and then you would match it with the number 4. And each bead is a different color. So they get familiar with the color of each bead, and they know what ones to be looking for. So this is another great hands-on math. So we are working on our numbers, we're working on our letters, we're working on the phonetic sound in our B book, and just all of our great books. So we are just happy to be able to have all the material we have. God has surely blessed us. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And may God richly bless you, and I hope to see you back soon.